Autism Wish did have a lot of goals that we were able to accomplish, but we also, as parents to our kiddos, we also had a lot of things we accomplished personally as a family. We talked about this in a couple of episodes, but I would say one of the biggest things that we accomplished this year as a family was finally moving into our own home. That has been probably the most amazing thing for us this year. Matt and I have been saving for, I mean, it feels like at least a decade that we've been saving to be able to put a down payment on a home and to be able to give our kids some consistency and routine so they wouldn't have to constantly move. I'm sure you guys understand how difficult that is with autistic kiddos. Changing where home is can often be kind of tortuous. It's a little bit traumatic, honestly, to move from place to place when it comes to autistic kiddos. So it was quite a blessing that we were finally able to move to a new state, a new home that we can now situate our kids in. They were able to get situated in new therapies. We got them situated in a new school. And we were also able to get Medicaid for them for their therapies, which is saving us a ton of money. We had to initially pay out of pocket. We were probably paying a little over $1,000 a month just in copays. That's not even including the monthly expenses for the insurance to begin with. So medically, I think total we are paying just over 2,000 a month, just for medical expenses, which I mean, that number is huge. You could probably see why that was so difficult for us to manage. But we were blessed that we were finally able to get through that Medicaid process and we were approved. So now that is something that we are very thrilled about and something we're looking forward to in the new year is basically reducing those bills. And along with finding a new school, we also found a church. We talked about this a bit, but that was actually a really difficult process for us. We had to go through multiple churches before we were finally able to find one that we felt could accommodate our kiddos. I mean, there's still a long ways to go. Churches aren't still equipped to really handle special needs kids, at least not the smaller ones. But our church at least has that correct attitude towards the special needs community, which is a really good foundation to build off of. So we're totally excited about that. And we're excited to see what happens in the new year, see if we're able to help them expand those programs. Um, the other big thing that happened in 2022 was my diagnosis. I totally didn't see that coming. I kind of feel like it was like kind of out of nowhere. I basically was kind of told by my therapist at the time that I might want to look into autism because she realized that I was portraying a lot of autistic characteristics or tendencies, like constantly swaying or moving when we were talking, a lot of literal and black and white thinking, which now in retrospect, I don't know how I missed that and a lot of like these sensory things. So I did ultimately get an evaluation and was ultimately diagnosed with autism. So that was definitely a big deal in 2022. I feel like that was probably one of the biggest things that happened this year. And it has honestly personally changed my perspective on a lot of things. I think that, nothing changes it as much as when your kids are first diagnosed. But I don't know, something about getting the diagnosis for myself actually did make me suddenly realize how my kids were feeling, which is funny because it's not like the label changes who I am or what I think or what I felt before. But now that I can understand what is linked to autism and what it's not, I get a better idea of why my kids might be behaving a certain way during certain situations. And that insight was something I didn't really have before. I didn't connect those dots. So having that diagnosis was actually really helpful. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Embracing Autism IRL podcast. Check out the full episode on our channel and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share to help us continue to spread more awareness. And if you'd like to support what we do, make sure to visit our website at autismwish.org and click on Give to find out how you can help our mission of spreading acceptance and awareness. Your generosity helps us sustain our mission, keep our website running, and our podcast going so we can focus on continuing to reach thousands of autism families across the world. Thanks.